everything you need to know about Sims 4 mods and how to download mods into your Sims 4 game. I figured because there's a lot of new simmers and simmers that are returning to the game after taking a long hiatus, that they might need a refresher course on how to download and everything you need to know about mods. So if you want to see more content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Without further ado, let's get into it. I'm going to try and explain this to the best of my abilities. All right, so the first thing that you're going to do, step number 1, is to enable the abilities for mods to work in your game. I do this first because you will forget about it and go into your game and are like, oh my god, the mod's broken, it's not working. No, that's not the problem if you have forgotten to turn them on. So by enabling custom content and mods, and also enabling script mods, which essentially change the code and adds code to the Sims 4 game, these are very important types of mods. Because script mods are custom code files, usually in a .package format. They inject themselves in the game to alter, add functionality, such as changing gameplay mechanics or adding new interactions. So you'll see a lot of this in the modding world. I just figured I'd pull up this little biography because it makes it a little easier to understand exactly what it does and why they're important. So they basically can modify the gameplay, add new features, and improve existing features to the Sims 4 game. We love script mods, but if you wanted to see what you downloaded and what you have installed, you can pull up this like mod list. Essentially, I have nothing in my game because I figured if I'm going to teach you guys, I should probably teach you like I am new to downloading mods as well. So you have your custom content, which is going to show every custom content item you download, and as well as any mods that are not script mods. Script mods are going to be in this section right here. You can choose to show at the startup. I don't, because it takes so long to load. It's going to be the cause of a lot of lag in your game at the initial startup. I remember I had so many mods and custom content in my folder at one time that it took 3 hours to load the game just because I had show at startup. So if you don't want to deal with that, don't turn it on. That's my number 1 recommendation. Keep it off. You don't need to see it. You can load it up after you load up the game if you want to. So now that you have those 2 checked, you're going to hit apply changes, and then you're going to exit out of your Sims 4 game. Now that you're out of your Sims 4 game, you might be wondering, okay, where do I go to download mods? I'm going to show you my trusted sources of downloading mods because there's been a lot of malware in the Sims community. Last year, Mod the Sims, a popular website for downloading mods, had several instances where they basically had mods that had malware in them. So when people downloaded them, they were getting their computers like infected with malware, which brings up another mod, which is the Mod Guard by Twisted Mexi that everyone should have in their game to protect your game from getting malware in it. So that is a must-have as well. But getting back to trusted sources that I trust to download mods. Number 1 is Patreon. I trust this website. I use it a lot. I even have my own Patreon page for you guys, but you will see a lot of updates from your favorite modders on Patreon, as well if you follow them on Tumblr, X, or any social platform that they have. They will constantly let you know whether your mods need to be updated or what they have. Perfect example, like Twisted Mexi right here. Twisted Mexi actually has a lot of good mods. We could look at his really quickly. I know we're getting a little off topic here, but he's got the Mod Guard and a couple other mods that are just a must-have. Even like better exceptions. This mod will tell you what mods are working in your game, what mods need to be updated, custom content that's not working, of any conflicts. A great mod. You need it, okay? Quick shout out to my own Patreon account. If we go down to this mod video that I made on Monday, you can see the links that I have in this post. Any links that I give on my Patreon are trusted websites that I trust with my life for your Sims 4 games. So any website that I have on here, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but yes, I would definitely trust these links right here. Most of them are CurseForge anyways, so I trust CurseForge. And I also trust Lot 51's website because you definitely need the core. You also need XML injector is just a requirement for any mod these days, okay? Going over to CurseForge, this is what their website looks like. You can basically get whatever you want. If I go down to mods, it'll even tell you like the categories that you're looking for. So maybe I want some new aspirations. You can do it by category, or maybe I want more gameplay style mods. Today we're going to be downloading MC Command Center because this is a must-have mod and essential mod for the Sims 4 game. And a lot of simmers, this is like the first thing they download. I'm trying to make sure that this isn't all over the place and explaining it to my best abilities, so we're kind of like going back and forth. But regarding MC Command Center, how do you know you're downloading the right version? We all know the Sims run on versions. They recently got another game version when they updated their game for the Businesses and Hobbies expansion pack. So how do you know if you have the right mod in your mod folder? You do not want outdated mods in your mod folder. They will cause issues. They will cause game lag. They will cause UI problems, even gameplay problems where your game is just going to be all wonky, and it could cause, you know, crashes, so you could lose progress. It's just, all in all, it's not good to have an outdated mod in your mod folder. So if you have an outdated mod, get rid of it, put it in the trash, download the new file of that mod. Do not keep multiple of the same mods. So if you have MC Command Center outdated version and a new version, you want to delete that outdated one and just keep the new version in your game folder, okay? By game folder, I mean mod folder. I'm all over the place today. Anyways, if we go to files, I do trust Deaderpool's website as well, but I'm just going to do it through CurseForge. You can see the different game versions. So we have 2024.6.0. This is not what we want because you see the date September 29th. There's been a lot of updates since September 29th, 2024. This is the most current version. This is what you want. It's very important to check your mods to see if there's an updated version or if it's compatible, which I do have a website that we'll get into in a little bit later. But before we download MC Command Center, there is something that I need to loop you all to another place. It's going to come in a zip file. You need to unzip this file to put it in your mod folder. Well, how do I do that, Caroline? I'm gonna show you. I link this in every one of my mod review videos. It is BreeZip. This is the unzipper that I use, the unarchiver. You can use whatever you want. I've just used BreeZip ever since I got my PC, and I absolutely love it. So we're finally gonna get to downloading mods. All right, so now that we are in this window, now that you've opened up, I guess, your documents, your folders. I don't know really what this is. My folders. Anyways, you're going to go to Electronic Arts. You're going to go to The Sims, and then you're going to see mods right here. The other thing to note, this is so terrible of me, but this is a great learning experience. All right, now that we're in this section of The Sims 4, this is actually good. I'm glad that I'm able to show you this. If you are new to modding, this is another great little tip and trick how to make sure that your game runs smoothly. You can actually go in here and delete these files that I am highlighting. So the next one is going to be your local thumb cache. And then there might be another one that is just your cache file. You can also delete those. So this just kind of ensures, like, it kind of refreshes your game in a way. It just kind of gets rid of that unnecessary stuff that you don't need in your game file. But now we're going to go to our mod folder. Resource.cfg, you can keep that. You don't delete that. You can also, if you need to, like, replace it. If you ever are moving your mod folder mods back and forth, you can replace it. I've never had an issue, but it stays there. So now we're going to go back to MC Command Center, and we are going to just click on this top one. You can either download it from this first page and hit download, or you can go to the files and download it this way. Either way, when you hit the download on the description portion, it should give you the most updated version of that, and we're just going to hit download. And then it's going to pop up in this download section. So we're going to double click this, and this is where my BreeZip is going to come into play. These are all of the script files that you will need. Make sure they are no more than one subfolder deep in your mod folder, so they can still be in the same file. So once you extract this, we're going to go back to downloads and just move this over. And it's perfectly fine being in this setup, but you don't want to make another folder and put it in that other folder. You want to keep it just like this, okay? I want to bring up another thing with your mod folder as well that you can do. So this is my Let's Play mod folder. So this isn't actually my mod folder, but this is exactly how I would transfer these files into my mod folder. One of the things that I want to talk about is custom content. You can have your own file folder. So what I mean by subfolder, that's with your script files. Your script files need to be only one subfolder deep, but with custom content, it's a little different. Because you can see how I have my custom content folder, and then I have my SystemCC folder, and then it goes into the actual package files. There's even times in my own folder on my gaming laptop that I will have it to where this folder would be furniture, and then when you clicked on it, it would have SystemCC. I click on the file again, and then it would bring up all of these, if that makes sense. It's just a way that I like to organize it. But for something like MC Command Center, or like, let's just take my Sims real estate mod, this has a script file and a package file. You want to keep those together. So if it comes in a zip file, you can either take it out if it's custom content and organize it like I do, or you can keep it in these file folders. And another thing is, if it's a package file, you can literally just slot it in your mod folder. There will not be a problem. I know there's a lot of stuff in here, but I love mods. What can I say? So hopefully that made sense, but I wanted to touch on the subfolder rule because it really only applies to like your script mods, because they cannot be more than one subfolder deep in that mod folder. So I just want to reiterate that. Once you have that in your folder, we can now go back to the Sims 4 game to make sure that we installed it correctly. Now, once you've installed it, you are free to download whatever mods you want to download. You don't even have to download MC Command Center if you don't want to. It's just something that I think every Simmer should have in their game. Next, I'm going to talk about different tips and tricks when it comes to checking if your mods are updated, how to see if they're compatible or broken, or again, if they need to be updated, and a couple other things that I use to make you ultimate mod downloaders in The Sims. Okay. Now that we're back in my game, like I told you guys, you can go back to this game options if you're new and just want to double check that you did everything correctly. Go to view custom content. Here we can see all of the script mods that we got with MC Command Center. And then you have the custom content, which is just this mod package file, which is not a script file, but just a mod file for your game. So that's why it's in the custom content section. We've done that. We can apply changes. It really doesn't matter. I don't know why I clicked that. You don't have to click it. You can just exit your game now, or you can play the game if you download all your mods you want. So now that we've downloaded MC Command Center, your next question is probably like, okay, how do I manage my mod folder? You're saying I need to update all these mods. How do I do this? This is what I do. I go to Scarlet's Realm. Shout out to Scarlet, because I could not be on top of my mod folder if it wasn't for Scarlet, okay? She has got these mod lists that will tell you whether a mod is updated, compatible, broken, or outdated. She's got different lists, so if you want to do a safe for work, so these are only mods that are not 18 plus, she's got a big giant list of both safe for work and not safe for work edition mods that have 18 plus mods on there, but you must be 18 or over to access it. You have a Patreon edition. This is a list of ad-free, includes safe for work and not safe for work mods, must be 18 or over to access, additional filters including mod type, aspiration, careers, traits, etc. And then the Sims VIP edition includes the safe for work mods only, plus custom content news. So I'm just going to use the safe for work one, and then once we go down here, she has a mod status key. So again, broken, updated, compatible, new, early access, paywall, or obsolete. Obsolete means that it's no longer needed, no longer available. They don't need it anymore. But you can go down to this list, and this is the list that I'm talking about. You can type in your mod or creator you're looking for. You can also filter this by if it's updated. I want to see what mods have been updated. It does it in alphabetical order. This is a great way to see what mods are, you know, broken and you need to get them out of your game because it's going to be causing problems. This is another way to see what mods are compatible as well. So if you click, you can click more than one, but these are showing all the mods that are compatible, and you can basically go down this list. I always click 1,000 because like I like to scroll. So once you start scrolling, you can see everything that's compatible with my game, and that I know when I download this that it's not broken or it's not obsolete or I don't need to take it out of my game. It's all right there, okay? And it's great. And you can basically adjust it to whatever you want. So if you want to do it from Z to A, you can do that. If you want to do A to Z, you can do that as well. Maybe I want to see new mods in The Sims 4. I can go down here to see all of these new mods that have been released. So again, this is the Safe for Work page. So if you are looking for another mod and it's not showing up, it could be because it's in that NSFW list. So another tool that I am obsessed. You can do this with CurseForge as well, but I prefer to use the Sims 4 mod manager because this also allows you to sort your CC. So I mean, CurseForge, you can do the same thing. I just love this one better. I like the UI of it. I'm not, like, CurseForge is fine, but I have my way, okay? And I like this way, so I'm going to show you this way. But you can come to this website and download it. They also have CurseForge integration as well, so if you're really stuck on that CurseForge, you know, UI, you can integrate it. But okay, so once you download it, it's going to be this icon right here. I ended up downloading all of my mods from my Let's Play folder into my mods folder so that you can see it in the Sims 4 mod manager, because again, this does custom content and mods for your game. Does take a little bit to load if you have a lot of mods and custom content, especially when there's a lot of custom content. Like on my personal gaming laptop for The Sims, because I have so much custom content, it does take a bit to download. Does not mean that your computer's broken. It's just the system getting in everything, because this Sims 4 mod manager also has CurseForge integration, so you can still use both. I just prefer this one by Game Time Dev just because it was the first one that I used before the CurseForge one, so it's just what I'm happy with. So when you get into the Sims 4 mod manager, I know it looks like a lot, but you'll see down here mod/cc updates. This is where you can automatically have your mods updated. They have a whole bunch of stuff like create a sim, pose animations, catalog, build/buy mode, objects, and other like scripts and sliders that you have. You can activate mods, you can deactivate mods, you can look for recolors and merged like mods and like files on here. I have a video that I go very in depth on how to work the system, so I will link it in this video, but we are going to look at the view updates. As you can see, I have 22 things that need to be updated because I have not actually updated these mods since the latest patch update. I know. I'm gonna do it now. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna hit update all, and it's gonna update them, and it's gonna import it into your mod folder, the update. But right here it says mod/cc may be complex. While trying to install this mod, some files were detached, which are not supported by the mod manager. So you can treat this as a basic one, which only files of the following types will be imported, which is your package and TS4 scripts. The complex, all files will be removed directly. Now, the thing about this mod is they have your settings, which you will need to move over if you want them to be moved over. So you might want to do this manually and update it, especially with MC Command Center. They have a settings file that if you have certain settings with that mod, you want to move that over each time you update a mod. So that is also very important that you move your global settings over, because if not, it'll delete it and you'll have to redo those settings. So since I don't care about the settings that I made for the language barriers, I'm just going to go ahead and treat as a basic download. But if you did care, you would treat it probably as a complex download. So I'm going to treat it as a basic because I don't care. I'll go back and fix those. I really don't care about those settings. But it did get an update. So now that it's updating all of these different mods that I have, some of these are like food mods, whatever, they're downloaded. It has that CurseForge integration. So when it's happy, it'll say no updates found. And that way you know you did it correctly. So if I go back over to my overview, I can see like my main files. So this is like kind of another mod folder in a way. I can double click on my CC and it'll show you the actual pictures. So maybe I come in here and I'm like, I don't really need this cat tree anymore. I want to delete it. You can click it and go ahead and delete it. I'm not going to delete this file. I'm not going to delete it, but if you wanted to, you could. It basically shows you the other swatches as well for it. But I love it so much because I'm a huge CC player, and using this system is a miracle because you can actually see what you're deleting before you delete it. Even with these mods too, sometimes they'll tell you they'll have like the icon for it, but you can go through here and basically manage your mods in your game. Big help with the custom content if you play a lot with that. You can also go into these tools and see if there's a duplicate file of a certain mod. So maybe if you're using better exceptions, it pulls up the report saying there's a duplicate file. You can hit show and it'll tell you where if it's exact same files, so duplicate files will be displayed, same file names, or revert D1 file names, reverse the file names from older Sims 4 Mod Manager versions. You can also go to advanced tools. So these are for only used by people who know mod/CC well. So you can do ID conflicts, list all ID conflicts between multiple package files, mesh/geometry polygon count, save games, and disable packs. So you can come in here and disable the packs, which this could be good for a base game let's play. I'd probably just shut my game off before I loaded the game up. Anyways, with these experimental ones, be careful. You might want to do one where you don't care about it and just see about what it does. But for your like save games, I would probably not touch that. You have fun tools as well. CC Swiper, I did a video on this where you could basically have Tinder, but for custom content items. And then they have a bunch of different other stuff as well on here. And then you have other tools as well. So really all in all, a great system to have for your Sims 4 mods and custom content. This is how you become an expert, is by using stuff like this. You know, it saves time. You are working smarter, not harder, okay? Because before these systems came out, do you know what I did? You know, back in my day, we didn't have stuff like this. So you had to physically go in and jot down which mods were working and which mods were not working. You did the 50-50 method. Now coming up, all these newcomers, you're getting lucky. But honestly, I'd rather have these tools than not have these tools, because sometimes I would overlook a certain problem and it'd be right in front of my face and I'd be like, why isn't my game working? And without these tools, it costs a lot of time. Now that we have these tools, hopefully this helps you better understand how to take care of your mod folders, because it's very important, especially when you're dealing with such a broken game like The Sims. But hopefully this cleared up some questions on how to manage your mods, how to download mods. And if you still have questions, please let me know. I'd rather you guys ask them than not asking them and something happens to your game, because that's not fun. I'm not here to, you know, break your games. I want to fix your games with a bunch of mods. So no question is a stupid question on this channel. So I'd rather, again, ask before downloading it and there be something wrong and then you lose progress on your Sims 4 game. That's not fun. I've had it to me where I've downloaded a mod and it's crashed the game and then everything that I did just got deleted. It's not fun. So if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like and comment down below. Again, if you have any questions, please let me know. And if you want to see more content with mods, live streams, Sims 4 news, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. I will definitely have a mod review for you guys on Monday, so you can put it to the test whether you can download a mod correctly, which you all should be able to after this video. Anyways, with that all being said, thank you so much, happy simming, and I will see you all on Monday.